She didn't ruin your life. She revealed what your life was actually made of. She didn't break your world. She showed you it was already broken. She didn't betray you. She exposed the fantasy you were still trying to keep alive. And the brutal as that feels, it's the moment your real life can finally begin. Listen up. This is your doorway out. This is your exit pass from hell. The number one reason you are lucky that she cheated on you is that the illusion is finally dead. The woman you thought you loved wasn't real. You weren't in love with her. You were in love with your idea of her. You were in love with the dream, not the person. The loyalty, the patience, the sacrifices, you gave all that to a ghost. Now that ghost is gone. No more chasing, no more guessing, no more confusion. You are finally done fighting to fix something that was never alive in the first place. The number two reason you are lucky she cheated on you. You have a proof now. You don't need to question your gut anymore. You always felt something was off, but now you know. You always felt disrespected. Now you have the evidence. You always sensed you were alone. Now she proved it, and that proof is your power. Because now your heart and your mind can align. Now you can walk away without guilt. Now you don't need to explain yourself to anyone. The lie collapsed on its own. Reason number three, you got lucky. She gave you a gift of disgust. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it feels like your soul is on fire. But underneath of that fire is clarity, and clarity is stronger than love. Because love is blind, but clarity can see. You now see her dead eyes. You see her manipulation. You see how long she's been gone emotionally, and you can finally stop trying to win back someone who never valued you to begin with. The number four reason you got lucky, because finally you are allowed to live. You might have stayed forever for the kids, for the house, for the hope. You might have died in that cage, trying to prove yourself to a woman who was never really there. But now, she handed you the key. She did the one thing that makes it crystal clear. You owe her nothing. Not your time, not your energy, not your soul, and especially not your forgiveness. She burned the contract. You are now free. The number five reason you got lucky. You get to rebuild your self-worth. Not by her rules, not by her image, not in the role she gave you, but by your own truth. You can rediscover who you were before the shame, before the guilt, before the years of walking on eggshells. This is your chance to start from zero, not with broken pieces, but with new power, real power, power that no woman can take from you. Reason number six you got lucky. You get to feel the grief and survive it. You'll grieve the family that could have been. You'll grieve the version of yourself who held it all together. You'll grieve the dream, the future the vision. But that grief becomes your freedom. Because once you've cried those tears, no one can use them against you again. Once you've let go of the dream, you are no longer trapped by it. You are free, dude. You are free. Smile. Reason number 7, you got lucky. You stopped being a slave to her approval. When she cheated, she broke the spell. She is no longer the judge of your worth. She is no longer the source of your safety. She is no longer your mirror. You don't need her love to be whole. You don't need her validation to feel like a man. You don't need her presence to be strong. Because now, you are a man. And you're fucking strong. Reason number 8, you got lucky. You discover how strong you really are. Because wait for that, you're gonna discover, I promise you. Because here you are, still breathing, still standing, still thinking. Even with the pain, even with the fear, even with the collapse of everything you believed, you realize you have something rare. And this something is resilience. Even if you never asked for it, even if you didn't want this lesson, you are holding it right now. Dude, you are much more resilient than you think. And one day soon, you'll be using it to build something that no one can take away from you. Because now, you are much stronger than other guys. Much stronger. Reason number 9, you got lucky. You become untouchable. No numb, no hard, not bitter, just clear, just awake, just real. You can still feel, you can still love, but now, your peace cannot be stolen. Your heart cannot be hijacked. Your mind cannot be played. You are not controlled by the lie anymore. And that makes you dangerous in the best way possible. Reason number 10, why you got lucky. You are finally back on your own path. Not the one where you sacrificed everything to make her happy. Not the one where you confused survival with love. But the one where you belong to yourself. And this is the real beginning. This is the birth of a man you were always meant to be. This is the version of you your sons can look up to. This is the version of you your younger self would cry with pride to see. So yes, if she cheated on you, you're lucky. She broke the lie. She broke the spell. She set you free. She gave you pain that leads to truth. Now walk away, my friend, not in shame, but with power. And don't ever look back. Now, a few things you need to know about her. What does it say about her? If she cheated on you, what does it say about her? So first of all, now you know she's not just disloyal. She's disconnected from her own soul. She doesn't love herself. She was never capable of loving you because she never loved herself. She was never building a life, she was building a cage around you. A cage where you sacrifice and she collects. Where you give and she takes. Where your pain becomes the fuel of her control. She's not who you thought she was. She's not a woman who made the mistake. She's a woman who never had a real heart in the game to begin with. She used you to survive, to stabilize herself, not for love. Forget about it. If you're thinking that she ever loved you, you can forget about it. You are her mirror, not her partner. And when a woman like that cheats, it's not about you. It's about her addiction to attention, her need to feel wanted by others because she never felt whole by herself. It's about her emotional immaturity, her inability to take responsibility, her refusal to face herself, so she escapes into the arms of someone else. The bottom line is that she's not a victim of weakness. She's a master of avoidance. She avoids herself. She avoids life. She's living in some kind of a dark, imaginary world. She didn't cheat by accident. She chose it. And she would have kept choosing it unless you found out about it. And remember, my friend, remember, walk away, but with power. And don't ever look back, ever.